Roman Reigns' next big feud with Sami Zayn. Bayley being dragged down by WWE Raw superstar with zero personality. SmackDown suffers ratings dip with Roman Reigns' absence. Triple H making major changes to premium live events. Jey Uso receives major praise. Sami Zayn brutally attacked. Let me in. Bayley being dragged down by WWE Raw superstar with zero personality. WWE Raw superstar Bayley is being dragged down by her Damage Control stablemates Dakota Kai and Io Sky, said wrestling veteran Conan. The Bayley-led stable has been a staple on the Monday Night Show since August this year when the trio came together at SummerSlam 2022. Kai and Sky even captured the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, while the role model recently challenged Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's title at Extreme Rules Premium Live event. Despite their recent success, some viewers have criticized Damage Control's on-screen work. One among them is wrestling legend Conan, who recently shared his opinions on his podcast, Keepin' It 100. He was particularly harsh towards his assessment of Dakota Kai, saying she has zero personality. The WCW veteran went on to say that Bayley's standing in the global juggernaut was being affected in her association with Kai and Sky. They invest a lot of time on these girls, and Dakota Kai has zero personality. She's got that Mike Pence personality, which is absolutely none. When she talks, she's cricket inside the tumbleweeds. There's nothing there, and these two girls have dragged Bayley down. They did nothing to that me want to see them, said Conan. Furthermore, Conan also bemoaned Bayley's surprise loss to Candice LeRae from last week's edition of WWE Raw. He stated that the role model was a much bigger star than LeRae, who had so far failed to resonate with the viewers. Conan added that Bayley should have bowed on Raw, especially considering that she lost the ladder match to Bianca Belair at Extreme Rules 2022. She's just not over with the people. She's not resonating yet. She should not be beating Bayley. Bayley's a star. She just did the job at Extreme Rules, and I don't see Candice being the star that Bayley is. I could be wrong, but I just don't, added Conan. Coming off back-to-back losses, Bayley would be eager to find her momentum back and get back into the title picture on WWE Raw. What do you make of Conan's take on Dakota Kai and Damage Control? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Triple H making major changes to premium live events. More changes are reportedly expected for WWE in 2023 under new Chief Content Officer Triple H. It was reported earlier today that the Day 1 premium live event has been canceled for 2023. The company is not expected to reschedule or rebrand the event. Brock Lesnar captured the WWE Championship at this year's Day 1 event in January. Brian Alvarez of the Wrestling Observer has added more to the story in a new report to his super followers on Twitter. Alvarez noted that there will likely be more international shows next year and fewer gimmick events. WWE held its Extreme Rules event last Saturday and the show featured multiple gimmick matches. Many fans have complained about shows like TLC and Hell in a Cell because they feel like those matches should be protected or reserved for rivalries that require such stipulations. Rey Mysterio was part of the Raw roster until this past Friday night. The 47-year-old approached WWE Chief Content Officer Triple H backstage and tried to quit the company over having to battle his son, Dominic Mysterio, and the Judgment Day on Raw. The game talked Rey out of it, and it was announced that he will be part of the SmackDown roster moving forward. Rey replaced Karrion Kross in the Fatal 4-Way to determine the #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship. Mysterio won the match and is now in line for a title match against Gunther. After SmackDown went off the air, Rey was interviewed in a WWE Digital exclusive and credited Triple H for giving him a fresh start. I'll tell you what, I came here with my mind set on literally just stepping away from the game. It hurts me to see my son go through what he is going through right now, and I just will never fight him. But this opened up my eyes in a different way. This is a new beginning for Rey Mysterio. Vince McMahon shockingly resigned from the company in late July. Since then, Triple H has gained power in the company and has already brought back several released stars. It will be interesting to see what else the game has in store for wrestling fans in the future. What other changes would you like to see Triple H make? Let us know in the comments section below. SmackDown suffers ratings dip with Roman Reigns' absence. The overnight ratings for WWE SmackDown took a small hit last week without its top stars, Roman Reigns and Ronda Rousey. Last week's episode of the Blue Brand emanated from the Smoothie King Center in New Orleans. Ella the star-studded show featured Bray Wyatt's first appearance since his stupendous return at Extreme Rules 2022. Spoiler TV reported that the show averaged 2.129 million viewers. It garnered 2.175 million viewers in the first hour and 2.082 million viewers in hour 2. This was lower than the past week's average of 2.243 million. In the key 18 minutes 49 demographic, SmackDown drew a 0.5 rating. It will be interesting to see if the Blue Brand can bounce back in the coming weeks. Last week's WWE SmackDown started with a backstage brawl where Drew McIntyre assaulted Karrion Kross as the latter entered the arena. In the night's first match, Sami Zayn was in action against Kofi Kingston. Jey Uso was at ringside after Roman Reigns specifically told him to ensure a win for the Bloodline over a phone call. After a hard-fought contest, the honorary Uso finally rolled up Kingston for the win, albeit with some assistance from Jey. Braun Strowman was in action next. The monster of all monsters mauled two local competitors before Omos and MVP appeared and insulted the former Universal Champion. In another singles encounter, LA Knight laid waste to Maximum Male Models member Mansoor. Damage Control picked up a win against the team of Shotzi, Raquel Rodriguez, and Roxanne Perez. In another tag team match, Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wilde of Legado del Fantasma defeated Hit Row members Ashant Adnis and Top Dollar. The main event featured a fatal four-way bout to determine the next #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship. Rey Mysterio also featured in the match as a surprise participant alongside Solo Sikoa, Ricochet, and Sheamus. The legendary luchador emerged as the winner after hitting a 619 and top rope splash on the one and only. Finally, Bray Wyatt came out to address the WWE Universe. In an emotional promo, the Eater of Worlds thanked fans for saving his life and pushing him to find his way back to the company. Jey Uso receives major praise. Former WWE writer Vince Russo recently stated that Jey Uso should get a win over Sami Zayn if the two Bloodline members happen to collide inside the ring. The Bloodline is arguably the most formidable stable in the pro wrestling business today, having dominated WWE's programming in the last few months. However, all is not hunky-dory within the stable, as there have been issues between Jey and Zayn, with the former believing the latter is not fit to be a part of their faction. With the dispute between the two nowhere close to being resolved, it's safe to say this could possibly result in a match between them sometime down the line. Speaking on Sportskeeda Wrestling's Writing with Russo, Vince Russo shared his thoughts on who should win if Sami Zayn and Jey Uso go head-to-head. He stated that since the honorary use is already over with fans, WWE should book Jey to defeat him. But now Sami is playing a character on a wrestling show, and he's different, and he's very, very entertaining. Now, if I looked at the cards that I have, Sami doesn't need to be a champion. He's over. If he continues to do what he's doing, he'll be over. I think Jey needs it, said Vince Russo. Furthermore, Vince Russo added that Roman Reigns and Zayn are incredibly popular and over with fans. As such, Russo explained, the global juggernaut needs to focus on elevating Jey Uso at the level of his stablemate. I think at this point, if we looked at Sami's way over, Roman's way over, so if you look at the big picture, Jey probably needs it more. So in this story, I would really concentrate on how to get Jey Uso over and get him to the next level and make as valuable as the other two. That's what I would do. A few days ago, the Great Liberator shared his frustrations about Jey Uso disliking him for inexplicable reasons. Zayn said he and one half of the undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions had a good relationship when he was in NXT. Sami Zayn feels that Jey takes his responsibility as the Tribal Chief's right-hand man too seriously, which is why he has been questioning his intentions. Fans can expect some more twists in the Bloodline saga, which has kept them captivated in recent weeks. It'll be interesting to see if Zayn and Jey are able to mend their differences or if it all blows up, leading to a full-fledged feud. Do you agree with Vince Russo's take on why Jey Uso should defeat Sami Zayn? Sound off in the comments section below. Sami Zayn brutally attacked. Former WWE head writer Vince Russo recently shared his thoughts on Sami Zayn, saying he doesn't feel the former Intercontinental Champion could beat anybody up inside the ring. Since his arrival in 2014, Zayn has been a workhorse for the promotion, often putting up the best match on whichever card he performs. Though he does not boast of an intimidating physique, the honorary use more than makes up for it through his in-ring psychology and deep repertoire of maneuvers. However, while speaking on Sportskeeda Wrestling's Writing with Russo, Vince Russo pointed out the believability factor. He feels that strictly from a casual wrestling fan's perspective, Sami Zayn doesn't look like he could beat anyone. The next time I saw Sami Zayn was on NXT. I saw the beginning of the angle between him and Kevin Owens, and bro, the problem I have with Sami that I always have has nothing to do with Sami. I don't know Sami. As a casual wrestling fan, I am asking myself, who is this guy going to beat? This guy ain't going to beat anybody up. That's not on Sami, said Vince Russo. Furthermore, Russo also mentioned other wrestlers such as Johnny Gargano and Adam Cole, whom he feels also fall in the same category as Sami Zayn. The former WWE writer confessed to never liking any of the aforementioned talents. If WWE wants to sign Sami and give him a paycheck to be a wrestler, Sami would be an idiot not to take it. But as a casual fan at home, that is how I feel about Sami, Johnny Gargano, about Adam Cole. This is how I feel about those guys. It's not personal. I don't believe you could beat anybody up. That's why I never liked any of those guys, added Russo. During a recent interview, the recently debuted Bloodline member lavished praise on stablemate and occasional tag team partner Sami Zayn. The former NXT North American champion said the Great Liberator was like a little brother to him. Furthermore, Solo Sikoa also said the former Intercontinental Champion was 1 in a million, and he was pleased to have Zayn as a part of the bloodline. Similarly, Sami Zayn also has immense respect and love for Solo Sikoa, revealing that he has taken the youngster under his wing since they were aligned. Zayn went up against former WWE Champion Kofi Kingston on the latest episode of SmackDown. The honorary use was helped by Jey Uso to pick up the victory. Uso has been critical of Zayn in the past and thinks that the the former Intercontinental Champion has some vested interest in joining the bloodline. Do you agree with Vince Russo's take on why Sami Zayn can't beat anybody inside the ring? Sound off in the comments section below. Roman Reigns' next big feud with Sami Zayn. Roman Reigns is all set to face Logan Paul at Crown Jewel on November 5, 2022. However, it is expected that the Tribal Chief will walk out victorious from the match, as the current plan is for him to retain the WWE Universal title up until WrestleMania 39 at least. It is possible that he will feud with Bray Wyatt or Sami Zayn soon. Roman Reigns has been the Universal Champion for over 2 years. He also won the WWE title at WrestleMania 38, becoming the undisputed World Champion of WWE. Bray Wyatt returned to the company at Extreme Rules after being released in 2021. The two men have had a long history, and Wyatt would pose a credible threat to Reigns. Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer stated that Wyatt being part of the SmackDown roster moves him closer to having a feud with Reigns. He also stated that the honorary youth Sami Zayn could turn babyface and have a program against his current Tribal Chief. Since they've done Lesnar to death, got the stip with Riddle, who isn't pushed at top level anyway even though he and Reigns did a great number, have now gotten past McIntyre, and Orton is still on the shelf with no return date known. They are back to no obvious title contenders for now. They do have Zayn for down the line, who is very popular, but at the end of the day nobody is going to think he can beat Reigns either, said Meltzer. Sami Zayn is having a great run as part of the bloodline. While it is almost certain that the story will end in Zayn getting kicked out of the faction, the current dynamics between the group are immensely entertaining. While Zayn would be the perfect candidate for a feud with Reigns, he is still not a credible threat to Roman Reigns. They are hoping he could raise those numbers, and eventually the roads, if he's on SmackDown, leads more directly to Reigns, said Meltzer about Wyatt. Bray Wyatt is a former Universal Champion and was one of the company's top stars when he was released last year. He cut a splendid promo on SmackDown this week, exposing his true self. It remains to be seen what direction WWE will take on his character and if he fits into the title scene right now or not. Who should be Roman Reigns' next opponent, according to you? Give your thoughts in the comments section below.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head.